So you get exposed to something nasty on the job, maybe a leaky biohazard bag or a needle you did not sign up for, and now you are standing there wondering who even wrote that down. Somebody official is supposed to be scribbling notes the second something like this happens, and that little report becomes your golden ticket later. That report is called an incident report, and think of it like a hall pass for lawyers. Without it, you are basically trying to prove you were in the building without a security camera. Here's the fun part nobody tells you. The report has to be requested fast because some places only keep records for a certain number of days before they get quietly shredded like evidence in a heist movie. You want your lawyer firing off a written request the same week, not 3 months later when everyone conveniently forgets. Now, chain of custody sounds like something out of a crime show, and honestly, it kind of is. It just means tracking exactly who touched that biohazard sample, tested it, stored it, and passed it along, like a very germy game of hot potato. You need that paperwork because without it, a company can just shrug and say the exposure never happened or was not that serious. With it, you have a time-stamped trail proving the biohazard existed, was handled improperly, and reached you specifically. A lot of people assume you can just call up and ask nicely for these documents. In reality, most workplaces and hospitals require a formal written request, sometimes even a subpoena, before they hand over anything juicy. This is where lawyers earn their keep, because they know the exact department to email instead of you getting bounced around like a customer service call from your internet provider. Risk management, occupational health, or a facility safety officer usually holds the keys to this information. Now here is a twist that surprises people. Sometimes the safety report and the medical exposure report are two totally separate documents held by two totally separate departments. It is like ordering a combo meal and getting your fries from one counter and your burger from another counter across the street. You also want to request any lab results tied to the exposure, because if you are exposed to something like a bloodborne pathogen, testing has to happen fast and the timeline itself becomes evidence. If your lawyer waits too long to request this, the window for testing accuracy can close, kind of like trying to prove milk was spoiled after you already drank it. A common myth floating around is that if nobody filled out a report, you have no case. That is not true because witness statements, text messages, photos, and even old-fashioned common sense can fill in gaps when paperwork mysteriously goes missing. Preparation really is the secret weapon here, not luck. The people who do best are the ones who report the incident immediately, write down details while memory is fresh, and let their injury lawyers start requesting records before things get conveniently misplaced. Insurance companies count on people being confused, tired, and intimidated by all this documentation talk. A good lawyer flips that script by using formal legal requests, sometimes called preservation letters. Basically a polite but firm warning that says, "Do not you dare destroy this evidence." It might feel like overkill to chase down every signature and timestamp, but in biohazard cases, the tiniest gap in that chain can get an entire claim challenged. Judges love a clean paper trail almost as much as they love citing procedure. At the end of the day, none of this has to feel like drowning in legal jargon because a decent accident injury lawyer is basically your translator and detective rolled into one. They know which drawer the truth is hiding in, and they know how to get it out before it disappears. So if you or someone you know ever got tangled up in a messy exposure situation and has no idea where to even start digging up these records, you want to learn more about how we can help because our links are right there in the description.